Mastering is the final step of audio production, and in this video we're gonna walk through a complete mastering session from start to finish using only Waves plugins. In my opinion, manual mastering can produce better results than any current AI technology, so that's what we're gonna focus on. We got the project here, we're gonna master the tune in the same project as the mix, but don't let that confuse you. In Pro Tools, I've already set up a submaster channel where I like to process the mastering. By the way, if you are Pro Tools and Waves user, this mixing template with all the routing is available in the description. With that in mind, let's open up Waves Studio Rack. I'll use also Waves loudness meter, and let's take a quick listen to the project.
It's getting late, I know you wanna stay. Close the door, don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you.
You can see that we have a healthy amount of headroom to work with, about 5 dB, but you can also hear that the loudness level is not high enough. I like to add a limiter first to boost the loudness, and then we can start building our mastering chain from the beginning. Normally I test a couple of maximizers and I pick the most transparent one. We have the L1 Ultra here and the L2. Let's just listen and see which one is better.
'Cause I want you.
I'm gonna go with the L1 Ultra for this tune. I tend to use a transparent EQ to smooth out any build-ups, and I really like the F6 for this job.
Close the door, don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you.
I've applied the low cut below 30 Hz, and this should help us push the maximizer further. We can also dip certain frequencies, however, I like to use dynamic bands for that. This is important for achieving that nice glue that professional mixes have. In some mixes you might hear some low build-up around 250 Hz. Using a dynamic EQ will help us retain some transients there while addressing the issues.
It's getting late, I know you wanna stay. Close the door, don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you.
At around 2K I noticed some harsh build-up, and around 8 kHz the hi-hats needed to be glued back a little. Let's do an A/B comparison with this plugin. First I'm gonna turn it off and then back on. Moving on, we can add a bit of excitement. For this I like to use the vitamin. We can enhance the tune with some high-end sparkle and perhaps add warmth to those mids.
Don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you. I know you wanna stay. Close the door, don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you.
It's very easy to overdo it. At this point we don't want to make drastic changes. But I particularly like this plugin because we can also widen the mix with each band. We widen the highs and the mids and narrow the lows to maintain focus on the center of the mix. Let's do an A-B. Now that we have a wider and more exciting sound, I'd like to revisit the limiter and see if we can push it a little further.
Let me introduce you into my world, yeah. Baby, wait, it's getting late. I know you wanna stay. Close the door. Don't call nobody else, 'cause I want you.
I'm gonna leave the limiter engaged and A-B the plugins. You could hear the limiter struggling without the plugins, but when I turned them back on, the sound felt more glued and cohesive. This chain is updated to Mastering Chains Pro, you will find the link in the description. And I have to mention that for different songs I like to beef up the sound further. If you like to know how to set that up, you will find it in this video. See you there.